welcome to episode 2 of Onyx Transcendence. Last time, our group was following up on miscellaneous leads, some that progressed the plot forward, some that got key items that we would be needing, and some that were just fun to have. Last time, our main group was approached by 4 new people, um, them being Cash, Star, Sesame, and Teacup. And these 4 were part of a group that stand for Mechanical Rights, which you have come to learn is mostly filled with people who have a large disdain towards humans who are not what are called alternates, which are humans with cybernetic implantations, and they also like robots too. They approached you guys and they wanted to get the 4 of you, the 4 champions, to join their cause, and to basically provide the manpower for a race that is coming up that takes place over a couple of different planets and galaxies. But before you guys would be doing this race, you wanted to meet Jaws. And I think that we're going to pick up with a few people coming up to Buck right after this meeting. These people are Milo, who is the tall, kind of surfer dude, kind of soldier guy. He's pretty tall, and he works with the ships and does basic mechanic work. The large red hologram projection of Al's brother Bison, who is the tactical. Well, he's sort of like he's a pseudo leader of battle planning. He doesn't do the fighting himself because he's a robot, but he does sort of give the plans out. As well as I said, Milo, and Doris, which is another hologram, who is blue, and she is a medical professional who uses drones that follow her around to do her medical work. And Buck, these people walk up to you. Obviously, all of you are together. And Bison goes, Buck, we've been meaning to talk to you about something pretty important. If you have a moment.
Of course.
So recently, we have been noticing that we are drawing a lot of similarities to the people we're fighting against in one very specific way. And that is the fact that the sole responsibility of heading up this army is in your hands, one person's, which shouldn't be the case. I think you could agree on that.
It would depend.
Well, we have a proposition for you if you are willing to hear it.
Go on.
We all stand for lots of assorted responsibilities here. Oscar wasn't able to join us. He was a little busy, but he is sending his regards, and he wants to be put into this as well. We wanted to form a council, a sort of group of individuals that instead of one person deciding our next move, all of us could. And
It's less efficient, but I can see the appeal.
of course, if you would feel more comfortable with getting maybe some surveys done or the like to see if the people would be okay with that, we can do that as well. But we just figured we'd ask you directly.
For now, let's just experiment with the council decision. And then we
Okie
can decide later on.
Okay. And they all sort of nod and begin walking away. And Milo steps up and he goes, "Wow, okay," and he walks away. What is your guys' game plan for the next, the next day or two?
You know, chilling.
Yeah?
The ball is in a couple of days.
You don't know anything about a ball.
Oh, well.
What's a ball?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So, do we know when we're meeting Jaw?
I don't think you guys have discussed it more than you did last time, which was not very
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
So that's up to you guys. When do you guys want to do that? I imagine you would talk to each other about it.
Very soon.
So you just randomly say very soon?
Let's do it like.
Roll play.
What are you guys thinking?
So Star is just sort of standing there awkwardly, and he goes, "You guys are really bad at talking to each other, aren't you?
Shut up, the fuck.
You don't know how to start a conversation."
Is very do so.
What?
What?
I think your voice box cut out. So, okay, come on, guys. All right, so you guys want to meet Jaws before you...
Yes.
Okay, so we can do that today. If you guys...
Let's do it today.
All right. So you should get on the ship and go over there.
Let's get on the ship.
I don't have a ship.
How'd you get here?
We got dropped off on a speeder.
Okay.
Well, you guys are the ones with all this firepower. I assumed you had a ship.
We have multiple ships.
Okay, then can we take one?
Be acceptable.
He blinks vacantly. I don't know where the ship's at.
I understand. We should probably go talk to Buck.
Well, he's right there.
I didn't know we were all.
Yeah, you were all in the same
you-
room. I said you
What do
guys
you
could...
mean I'm still here?
You were talking to them with everybody in the same room.
They asked to speak to me privately.
Well, yeah, but you didn't say you went anywhere. You just sort of talked to them.
I would.
Also, you guys don't need Buck to find the ships.
Well, yeah, he's our leader. We should probably get permission before taking a ship.
Yeah.
All right.
Then
since
go get
I'm
permission.
Since
I'm
I'm here, apparently, we could use one of the ships available to us. Let's get going.
Okay. So I assume you guys begin walking towards the hangar bay, and there's an assortment of ships. Are you guys taking anyone in particular?
I assume we'll be entering
What?
just enough to get us there.
Yeah, just like a shuttle, I guess. I don't know the types of ship.
They are listed in the book.
Let's just take a speeder or whatever.
The speeder can only hold like 2 people.
How many people do we have?
So are you guys just like perusing the ships, or are you just taking one?
We're just gonna take one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys walk up to just a random ship, and you see Milo is working on it, and he goes, "Hey guys, what's up?"
We need a ship.
Oh, well, this one's not in working condition, but I don't think we have any that we can give out to you right now.
Why?
They're all in use or in disrepair. We're working with a lot of scavenge stuff. So most of the ones you see in here are either about to ship out or they still need some work done on them.
I think I have a ship we can use.
Okay.
And, I don't know. So out of character. I would it still be in the forest though?
No,
I guess.
Did you take it with you?
Sure. We'll say
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So you followed like the big freighter that Milo was in. You followed that with that ship.
Okay.
Did you land it in the hangar?
I'll say I landed it near because we never said.
Okay. So you landed. Did you land it outside of the building?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Unakite begins leading you guys towards the ship. And Unakite, you're having a hard time finding it. And the reason that is because when you get to the location that it's in, you see it's back in that sort of pill-shaped form that you originally found it in.
Okay. What happens if I just grab it? Or touch?
Yeah, you touch it and it begins folding out very similar. It just sort of like, and it's in back up. But you notice that as you're looking at it, but you haven't stepped in yet, but it's very bare bones from what you can see. It's just like a normal model with nothing very exciting on it, not unlike the last time you touched it. So this is a very important question. Who is the first person to step on board?
Me.
Okay. Describe your ideal ship.
I changed my mind. I don't know. I don't really have an ideal ship. Fuck.
Give me a design aspect, and I'll work with it.
Very cyberpunk. That's cool.
Okay, so
Space.
you lift up and you put your foot down on the step, and as it does, you see from underneath her it folds out again, and it sort of like ripples the scale like metal. It ripples, and as it ripples, it begins shaping into a much bulkier, geary kind of design with different illuminated yellow highlights going all down the ship. And as you guys step in, it's very technologically advanced. All of the keypads and such are very advanced and modern and super updated with the most recent operating system that would normally accompany a starship such as this.
Wow.
And you open up the ship, and standing in front of you is Aesop. Hello once again,
See you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
I don't know if you've ever felt what it's like to be crushed into the size of a small dog before. I'm very tired.
I bet.
Alright. My name is Aesop. I am the Artificially Intelligent Starship Operating Program, and I've recently been updated to the most recent OS 5 seconds ago, so all top-of-the-line programs and macros that you would need, I have.
I probably could have done that when I saw you a little bit ago.
Oh, no. When you stepped on the ship, it didn't really know what to do. So it just it reverted back to the most recent model. So if you guys would follow me, I'll get you to your seats and you can tell me where we're going to go. And you guys see Star is just sort of like mesmerized at this, and he's just sort of like, you can tell that he's sort of like a grease monkey himself, and he's just sort of like looking at it, and he's like,
Hey, Star.
What?
Where are we going? Where are we going?
The Velvet Casino.
Velvet Casino. Do you have coordinates for that or anything, or?
Yes, I do. Where's the system? And he just sort of jogs in front of you all, and he just sort of, oh my god! And he sees the cockpit, and he's just sort of fanboying right now. And he walks over and he punches the coordinates in. It's got hyperdrive. Oh my god! It's got hyperdrive 3. Oh I never thought I'd see the day. Whew.
I recommend sitting down and buckling it.
Oh, all right. So you all strap in, get ready, and Aesop materializes once again. Would you prefer manual or automatic?
Automatic.
Well, everybody strap in. In the event of an emergency landing, your seats will explode. It's a funny joke.
Cool.
And the starship takes off, and you guys jettison out of the atmosphere and into the black of space, and you begin. You feel that same familiar. It's sort of like a tingling feeling that means you're about to enter into warp, and you guys just, and you are in front of this large tower that's on an asteroid, and you see different golden pods shuffling in and out of different holes and windows on the sides of it. It's very large, much bigger than. It's about skyscraper sized, you would say. And you can see in big bright neon letters the Velvet Casino. And Aesop goes, "We're here. Did you have any specific entrance you would like to go in?" There's the main docking hangar bay, which is located in the back. There is side parking, which is on this. I think it's on the side. Or we can enter into a gentle orbit.
Start spot.
What?
Do you prefer the spot that we?
Oh, Cash, do you think we should take them to the side entrance so that they can specifically go to Jaws's Jaws's quarters?
Yep, whatever gets there faster.
Okay. And he goes, take us to the side entrance, left side. As you wish. And the ship drifts over to the side and slowly touches down alongside a couple of beat up, rustic-looking space shuttles that seem to be not like cheap, but sort of very used. Is the sense. And you can see that this does have an atmosphere bubble, which is like a thin veil that is commonly on large asteroid type places. It's sort of like a bubble that you just bloop into, and then it has oxygen and stuff in it. And you guys land on the asteroid, jump out. The gravity's normal. You assume that there's artificial gravity in place, and you all begin to step off the ship. And as you step off the ship, it is in that same pill form, about the size of a small dog. What do you guys do?
We leave it. I don't know how to secure this.
I don't know. It's not my ship.
Do things get stolen?
Oh, probably not. You're a guest of Jaws. If somebody did steal it, they'd probably lose a finger or two. Well, anyway, follow me. Okay, so when we get in there, all you fleshies are probably going to have a harder time with, like, dirty looks and the such.
As you should.
I don't care. Just like people like him and others in there will care. So just like, if anybody says anything that might be offensive to you, I mean, if you want to keep your head, I would ignore it.
Out of character. What like the star hat?
What kind of what?
Like enhancements or what about him?
You don't see very much because it's covered by his denim jacket, but you notice whenever he moves his arms, his arms in wide gestures, because he's a very gestury kind of guy. You do see that both of his arms appear to be robotic. You can't tell because he is wearing like gloves, but yeah, you can sort of guess that it's his arms that are changed. And he walks up to this metal door, and he puts in a passcode, and then he puts plus, and then he begins counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, +4. Okay, and he puts +4 into the pin code, and you see like a shutter kind of open up, and you see a little face. Is that you, Star? Yep. Who are the other guys? This is. Oh, what are your names?
Unakite.
That's my friend Unakite. That one, and he points to you, Iolite, is
Iolite.
Iolite, and then the tall one is Buck, and then the horny one is Luck Twain. Oh, okay. All right. Yep, they're my friends. Jaws invited them. Okay. Give me one moment to confirm with Jaws. And he shuts the door, or the little like sliding hatch. And the big metal door goes chunk chunk back up into the top, and you guys all walk in behind Star. And this is a very sort of nice little like underground. You'd call it like a speakeasy. You see a couple of pool tables, a large wooden bar, with obviously it's very technologically advanced, with like floating drones carrying drinks around. You notice that the bartender is a robot, and you do see a lot of different kinds of AI projections, people with like that are missing arms that have been replaced with metal, and you see a lot of different people just have like just like their upper body, and then like the bottom of it is metal. A couple of them are playing pool. Some are just having drinks together. You see that there's two people that seem to be on some sort of date. And it's a nice environment. You don't get any bad vibes from it. Everybody here seems to be generally having a good time. It's not like a fucking biker bar where everybody's breaking pool cues over each other's head. So Star begins leading you guys towards a back room. But as you guys funnel in one by one, you do notice that the people are just kind of like looking at you and whispering. They don't give Unakite too much of a look, but they do look at the others and sort of just like, what the fuck is that?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
How much change do people need before they get dirty? That's to start.
You should. Hey, can you disconnect and reconnect? You're cutting out. Okay. What was the question?
Just 1 second.
Okay.
All right. How much change does someone need to have before they, are looked at?
You cut out again.
Well, I can't change that.
You said.
What do you say?
How much change do they have to have before what?
They stop getting funny looks and stuff.
Normally, any, as long as it's noticeable. You see people like Cash here, he has just like the one eye and he mostly covers the arm, but people still know that he's a guy. And a lot of them, they sort of know because they have readouts. They can read your biometrics and be like, oh yeah, that's an alternate, that's a human. So, sort of go with that. And he begins leading you guys to a back room, sort of a VIP area, you would assume. And he knocks on the door. And the door opens up, and you guys see a very familiar face. I'd say Iolite and Unakite. Obviously, Cash and Star already know these guys, but you guys see your long-lost friend, Amatrine. And she's in, she has, a big hoodie on over, and she just sort of groggily just sort of looks at you guys and goes, what? Iolite?
Yeah.
Unakite? What are you guys doing here?
We're meeting with Jaws.
Okay. You're meeting with Jaws?
Seems.
one moment. And she shuts the door. Like a couple minutes go by, and Sar just sort of like rocks back on his heels and goes, "Oh, that was weird, huh?" I hope he's not angry or anything. He's acting weird.
We were expected.
Yeah, I don't. Ooh. Wonder what that was all about. How do you guys know her?
We met.
You met. That's all I got.
We met her a while back.
Met, okay. Alright. Cool. This small galaxy. And the door opens again, and you see that she's still got just like very awkwardly just sort of like waves, "See y'all," and just sort of walks away. And standing behind her, you do see a very large, dark-skinned man with his bottom jaw made of this blue-tinted metal, and it goes all the way down into his very nice full three-piece suit. And he opens the door and gestures you into what seems to be an office that has very nicely been placed with 4 seats. Or 4... Fuck, I keep forgetting that locks here. So 5 seats. 6 seats.
They don't need.
So you guys all sit down, and he sits down too, across from you guys in a large wooden desk. Alright, so I'm sure you guys have some questions. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, I originally had sent Star and Cash to do some surveying, just to sort of get a gist of who you guys were as people. I didn't know that they were going to sneak in there. I believe that was Star's idea. Yeah. Anyway, I think we got off on the wrong foot. We here at the Velvet Casino, we are very we're a legitimate business, but we do dabble in some more under the table operations in regards to mechanical rights. There's a lot of crime that happens in the mechanical world, but we generally try to attack it from a legitimate way, and we're definitely trying to get out of the vibe of being bounty hunters, because at one point that is all we did. Well, yes, it's one of our most profitable branches. We do a lot of charity work too. I just wanted to get that across. We're not like some hooded bad guys. We may have been before, but not really anymore.
How long ago were you guys hooded bad?
Like 5 years. Not very long. But we are trying to get out of that. But it's come to our attention that a lot of mechanical people are being discriminated against by the IUP. So we want to stop that. And I thought it would be a good idea to approach some members of the Black Eagles who are pretty high up and get you guys to join our side, which is that of protecting mechanical peoples all across the galaxy and universe.
It's a noble goal.
It is. And we thought the best way to do that would be this, what is it called? This Odyssey, the Technicolored Odyssey. We've done a lot of research on the best ways to attack this, but it does seem that despite they have this slogan of being non-lethal, a lot of deaths occur under the table. So we didn't want to but we didn't want to put any of our people in danger. And you guys sounded like you could handle yourselves pretty well. So all of that taken into account, we got the general idea that you guys are high up. You guys have a set of abilities that not many people have, which makes you great assets to our cause. And each team needs to be a 6-man team.
What were the benefits of winning this race again?
So that has actually been up for debate, because normally the past few years it has been an official pardon from the IUP and a couple of million credits to the cause of your choice. It's sort of a charity event, sort of a profit. You know, it's kind of in between. You can win prize money for what people do is mostly charities and beneficial causes. So, let's open the floor up. What are you guys thinking right now?
What does this race entail? What would we be doing?
So there's 3 stages. There's the gladiatory match, which is a random out-of-vehicle competition of some sort. It's most often just straight-up battles of the racers. There's the planet jumping part, which is where you would be racing from planet to planet. And there is also strewn all about, not on the planets themselves, but there are different challenges you could do to make the prize money go up for you. And finally, on each planet there will be a sponsor event where the groups will interface with the different large business sponsors that can give you even more prize money. Well, not even prize money, just it's a sponsor. They give you money to be in their name and support your cause. So at each planet there's an event, a sponsor event. And these breaks, when you land on the planets, these are sort of the rest stops where you can recharge and gather any materials that you would need. And if you guys took our side, there's been a little bit of talk about it. We could either use the Velvet Casino as the main representing of what you're representing, or the administration. And at some point during the race or somewhere down the line, we would open ourselves up, or not at all, to showing that we are Black Eagle supporting.
Who would be a part of it? 5.
So
Or the
there would be, I would send my man Cash. There would be you, Buck, Iolite, Unakite, Lock, Twain. Oh, that's just 5.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually thought of that. Did you guys have anybody in mind?
Could probably use the pilot.
It's fair. A pilot would be... We don't really have any great pilots, so I can't really help you with that end. But any friend of you guys is a friend of ours. So, when it comes down to it, we want to help you guys help us. It's a win-win scenario. If you guys win, you get the prize money, and we will join your cause. If you lose, we'll still join your cause. We just won't get any prize money. If that makes sense.
So it benefits us either way.
Yeah. And we have many different assets in the mechanical community. I think that could be a big asset to you guys.
So you said you have many branches of this whole organization, right?
I wouldn't say branches, I'd say connections.
What other connection?
Well, just like smaller businesses throughout the universe. I'm sure you've met some of our compatriots. I believe you know Skittles.
I do.
He is our weapons manufacturer for a lot of our stuff. We have small contacts all around with different um, mechanical industries, people who would be doing research on mechanical people. We do have those. But other than that, we can mostly, as of right now, offer our smaller connections and more manpower.
I don't have a problem with this plan, but I'm not a person. So,
What say the rest of you?
So the entire point of this race is to gain money?
Yes.
And how much money is it again?
A couple of million.
Not a lot. For the risk involved.
The risk of 5 people?
5 important people. You want the champions to participate in this race.
Yeah, sure. We can do it with or without you. I don't fucking give a shit. Why are we even talking to these people, Joel?
Wait, no. Listen. It's not about that.
Bunch of stuck-up pricks, if you ask me.
Cash,
Sounds like bullshit.
All right, Cash. Let's let level heads prevail. We don't want any enemies either. It's excuse him. It's not been easy for some of us dealing with humans and flesh beings. So you could understand where we're coming from. But what we need is, you guys are champions, yes. We understand that you're important. That's why we're putting our trust in you, because we believe that with your skill set, we would have more of a chance of winning than just some average people.
And we would win a couple of million credits.
It's a lot, and it's more than either of our organizations have. Listen, I understand completely your hesitance, but the times that we're in are dire. We need to come together to fight this menace that is the IUP. For months now, it's been nothing but these people stomping on all our different cultures and spitting in the images of people who have been fighting for equality for generations before us. Wars raged on Earth 1 specifically for these kinds of reasons, to stop people like Eli from taking away our rights. It's a big ask.
My ancestors died for this shit. It's not something to take light. That's all I gotta say.
It's obviously not something to take lightly. It is a big issue. That is why the Black Eagles have formed. But you plan to join the Black Eagles either way.
That's true. We have nowhere else to go, but we don't have anybody that I could trust enough to do this except for Cash. That's why he would even be going with you guys in the first place. And it's not just about the money. Go ahead.
do you know any specific combatant we'd be going?
There is a branch that is IUP run. There is a couple from a biometrics company. I can't think specifics, but that's about all of the information I can give you.
Do you know how many different people will be participating in this race?
There will be at least 5 different teams competing. There's
5.
Yeah, only 5, but each team will have at least 5 to 6 people on it. So, in total, you'll be going up against 25 to 30. Well, excluding yourself. So, 2025. It's not just about the money. It's also, we're putting ourselves on camera for billions upon billions of people to watch. I'm sure you guys have had some different times where you watched this. I can't give you any specifics, but with the amount of people that would be watching and seeing the good that we're doing, maybe if we tell them that we're Black Eagles, we could break free and show them that there is hope out there, that there is a group of individuals willing to stand up and risk their lives for the little guy.
That I understand.
And if we were to show them that the top people at this organization are on the front lines just like the rest of them, it could give them even more hope.
That point, I do not agree.
What do you mean?
If I were to see the leader of the IUP risking his own life on a battlefield, well, then I would know the IUP is just incompetent. No one sends their commanders out.
Huh.
But we are the ones most suited to the task. What say you, Iolite?
What?
What say you?
What's your opinion?
Yes.
That's a good opinion.
Thank you. Not gonna lie, I was just looking around here.
And you have no experienced pilots here at Velvet Casino? Is that what this place is called?
Yes. I can't say we don't have any experienced pilots. Star, of course, is one of our best. Great pilot, great mechanic. But if you guys have anybody better in mind, that works too.
I'm not too familiar with everyone these two know, so we can discuss it later on. If you keep in touch, we'll be fine.
We will. We'll keep in touch. Speaking of, I would also like to cordially invite you to the sponsor event. It is being hosted by the Velvet Casino. We are holding the inaugural sponsor event of the Technicolored Odyssey. This means that all of the different possible sponsors, I don't know how many times I'm going to say sponsor.
Say it one more time for good luck.
Sponsor.
Yay.
They will be there in the same room, as will the different racers. And we will all be talking, meeting, and this is normally where we would form different bonds with different organizations. Does that sound like something you all would be interested in?
When is it?
Hell yeah, I love balls.
It is in the week, so next week, Friday.
What concerns me is still the fact there are so few participating in this massive race across the planet. I'm not entirely sure how the race is run to allow so few participants.
Well, that's where the sponsors come in. The sponsors there going to be lots of them. And each will represent a group of people who will obviously be in touch with these organizations, and they will represent that end. And you can take multiple sponsors.
I understand. So the
He
racers
understands.
are just a front for the bonds. Kind of like a horse race.
Yes, that's a good way of looking at it.
I have never been one for gambling, but
Well,
I need to speak about it with the others private first, which we can do after this.
I can give you the room. I take.
No need.
Okay.
I have subordinates, I guess I would call them now.
Sure.
Back in the administration, I believe it's called.
Okay. Yeah. So, you don't have to make any decisions yet, specifically, but what I will tell you is, as of right now, there are 5 groups, yes, but there still can be more added. So there's that. I can't. I'm blanking on any other information. I feel like I made our case pretty well.
Is this like JoJo's?
Like what?
Or like they raced around like the country and that.
What's a JoJo's?
Okay.
Ah, yes. JoJo's. Yeah. I believe they did some things.
I will have to look into this JoJo's. They sound like good people.
Nah, it seems like it's still going.
Oh, it's still
Oh,
going
yeah.
on?
It's been running this long.
Oh.
Iolite,
Yes.
can you set up a secure extranet connection with our friend here? Make it easier.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And such.
Yeah.
I have a hailing system right here, and he hands you a little chip. This is my hailing frequency, whenever you need it.
Okay. I'll make sure to yell at it.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything I can do to sweeten the pot for you guys?
So the ball is next Friday?
Next Friday.
Okay.
Oh, you can all bring a +1.
+1s.
Okay.
That sounds
For
fun.
now, I think that is all. I don't have any questions. Other than your man Cash plans to join in our crew.
He does?
Yes, I have personally spoken with Cash about this. In this group, this race, I would want him to be on the team.
I see.
He's my number 2, and I.
You would want him.
Right.
But does he want to be on the? I guess I could ask.
I'm not gonna put any words in his mouth.
Well, I can play nice, if that's what you're wondering. I know what we're all going towards, and I can understand.
It's good to hear. If we do end up making an agreement, then I'm glad to have you by our side.
Fair enough.
What are the rules? What are the rules on weapons? This one.
What do you mean at the sponsor event?
Yeah.
You mean in a casino?
Yeah.
I can't allow
What
any.
are the weaponry?
I can't allow any weaponry.
Why not?
It is.
Excuse me, it's a public place where
That's
people
fine.
take their families.
That's fine. Why would you take
I
your
don't think
family
it-
to the casino?
Like your older like your husbands and wives and brothers and sisters.
That sounds stupid. I never take my family to a casino.
Your family
Either
sounds
way.
very boring.
I was just wondering for security reasons.
Now,
There will be
I
plenty of our
It-
bodyguards will be armed.
Okay.
this has brought up a few more questions. During the race, you said that killing is not allowed? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think that's what I remember.
I'll say this. Murder is always illegal, but with certain stipulations. Corrupt governments will gladly let their participants kill people.
Are you a corrupt
I
government?
understand.
No,
He's not a part of.
I'm not. No, I'm. Well, I guess you could say I'm a terrorist, much like you guys.
That.
If
I
we
know
wanna-
you were a terrorist. Yes, I did.
Another question then.
Yes.
Do you... How do I want to word this? I've lost my train of thought. Continue on for a moment.
All I can say is, if you're going to kill somebody, make it somebody that deserves to be killed.
Oh, of course.
And if someone, we need to take someone out who doesn't, I have this covered.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this now. Once they realize that you guys are going to be on this team, there will probably be some terrible people coming after you.
This sounds
Oh,
fun. This sounds really, really fun.
And we cannot... I can offer aid at the different planets, the rest stops. I can have some people sent there before. I can have a couple of different people go there, and I'm sure you can station some troops there as well, just in case. But during the race, I cannot make any promises.
That's perfectly fine.
That's a shame.
I'll need to speak to Lock Twain after this. So, for now, I think that's all the questions I have. If there are more, I will just
Sure.
contact.
You have my frequency. Feel free to give us a call anytime.
Wait a minute, I have a question.
Yes.
Are these goons coming back with us?
Oh, Star? And Cash, do you want to go back with them?
Whatever you think.
You know, it might be a little better to have somebody on our end to be with you as sort of like an ambassador. So let's do that.
Am I gonna have direct communication with you?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Oh, dude, we got the guy with the cool accent. That's really cool.
What about me?
Uh,
Uh,
can come too.
you can come. Just please do not sneak in again.
What if I sneak out?
Then shut the fuck up.
Good luck, I guess. I wouldn't recommend sneaking out of the building. That's a bad idea.
You're making some bad life choices, and I'm
just
all
please
for
shut
it.
the fuck up. Let's go.
Okay, God, jeez.
He-
So
He's a
tense.
hoot.
Jeez. I hate these
So-
fucking fleshies just as much as you do, but you're being all big. That.
Don't be racist, dumb fuck.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, meatbag.
Shut up, bitch.
Alright. No need to be so rude.
You're still
did-
mostly made out of meat too, so
Hey! I find that very offensive. I
for
am
sure.
at least 1/3.
Oh my god, Unakite, call him a meatbag.
Don't you
you're not
do
gonna
it.
call him.
Call him a meatbag.
Okay. Let's calm down. We here stand for mechanical rights, but that doesn't mean we don't stand for human rights either. Just keep that in mind, you two.
He started it.
Okay. I
She
think we can all
started
just
it.
quiet down.
You know what? I think I'm gonna stay here.
No, wait.
Are you sure you don't want to see the ship again?
Well, fuck.
Star, we need you to fly. Come on.
Alright, let's fucking go, I fucking suppose. And he stands up and stretches. I swear, talking to these fucking meatbags, and just begins walking out the door. You, and he points at Unakite. Can you hang back?
Yeah. Going to anyway.
Oh, alright. Everybody, please, take your time to discuss whatever you need to, and get back to me as soon as possible.
Of course.
Oh, and, by the way, if you guys ever want to party, Velvet Casino's got you covered.
Thank you, Velvet Casino.
Well, we'll wait for you outside, Unakite.
Alright, see you in a second.
Goodbye, Unakite.
Goodbye.
And they shut the door. And he just sort of sits there awkwardly and twiddles his fingers.
So, what'd you need?
So, you're Unakite.
This seems awkward.
Right?
Yes.
Well, big fat elephant in the room. Amy.
Amy?
Amatrine.
Yeah.
We're both adults.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Are you two, like, a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you this now. To say it before. I was married to her was a different thing. It's been a long time, and we don't need to talk about it.
No, I know. But she talks about you a lot. And I'm going to say it now. There will be no bad blood between us.
I appreciate that.
But she is very important to me. So I will assume that you'll respect that. Right?
Yeah.
Then we have nothing left to discuss.
Alright. It was good doing business with you. Unakite holds out his hand for a handshake.
I'm gonna cry.
Roll influence.
I'm gonna cry.
Make sure to say your roll out loud.
10.
And he nods and he grabs your hand, shakes it. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It was good to meet you too.
I'm so glad that happened. I could probably die happy.
Unakite steps out of the room.
What would y'all talk about?
It was awkward. I'm gonna just go.
So you guys step out into the life bubble once again. And you see the pill shape on the ground. What y'all do?
We'll touch it again. Fold the ship.
Who is the first person to step onto it this time?
I'll do it since I unfolded it.
Okay, so yep, it opens up, and you step on board, and it is Laku's ship through and through. A classic. It's not as modern as when Iolite stepped on it, but it's very familiar and kind of homey and looks lived in.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and Iolite, you know this place very well as well.
It's home.
So what I'm learning is this ship makes it whoever walks on it first. Apparently my idea of a ship is Laku's. I'm gonna go sit down.
Oh, that's cute.
As you're walking Unakite, you see Aesop materialize in front of you. No, correction. The chip can't get a reading on your brain, so it's having a very hard time pinpointing what kind of ship you would want. So it just reverts back to the last one.
Well,
Oh, way to ruin it, man.
I'm just saying. You
Shut
can't
up.
stop science.
Listen, man.
I'm
Let things
listening.
let things be.
Oh, okay. Gotta be rude about it. All right.
Not even.
And he dematerializes, and you guys are free to, you can talk, or you can just go straight back to the Black Eagles.
Well,
Buck, did you want to discuss it?
Not particularly yet. We should wait until we get back.
Respect.
And as you guys are beginning to take off, you Aesop puts in the coordinates for the administration headquarters, and he goes, well, in the event of an emergency, you're all fucked, and the ship takes off, breaks through the bubble, and you guys are warped back to the administration building, the large marble, you would say, building, and you guys land in the hangar bay again, and Milo sort of guides you guys to land, and you step out, and he waves and walks away.
There he goes.